So I have seen a lot. I've seen quite a bit in my life. And one thing that always comes back is since 2007, swirlers have been trying their best to promote white guys, not just find love and quietly go off into the night. No, to get an infatuation with a guy who's willing to open his wallet frivolously. And after a couple of years of that guy getting a lot of sex, after she's on her 17th white guy, who ends up marrying her? Faithful black dude. Happens every time. I think
Who ends up marrying her?
I think out of and what I mean by swirler is there's a difference between women that just date international and they're very quiet about it. I applaud those women. I applaud those women. Date who you want, you very but I'm talking about the pastors of swirling. That is crazy. The pastors of swirling, the people who make this commitment to go out and downgrade black men. It's like black men, black men, black men, black men, black men. It's like they have to create the hate for black men in order to get the woman to quote unquote explore her options. Now, people are like, go ahead and explore your options, but why do you have to piss on black men to do that? And it's the same thing with the dudes. This is how I know a lot of dudes don't succeed at what they talk about. You should not care. Most of the brothers I know that are with women who are not black, they so quiet about it. They don't get on no pedestal and be like, I gotta let the brothers know. Only dudes that do that is the dudes who's just now getting liberated, just now getting free, and he's just now feeling some sense of power. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he got married too early, like fantastic, or maybe he is just a terrible leader. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe he's like who's another person? And all I said was get too early, married too early. That's all I said was married too early. Because sometimes people who get married too early, that's why I don't think any dude should get married in his 20s. You should wait until you're at least 34, 36 before you even talk about children, getting somebody pregnant, babies, or marriage. You should wait till you're about 34 before you even think about that stuff. But this woman in the picture that I put on this thing here, this woman in the '07, man, she used to be all over YouTube laughing, downgrading black men. She had went to Italy and she fell for all that romantic talk. And it's like I would tell this woman, and you can see her thumbnail in the picture of this video. I would tell this woman over the YouTube, I was like, no, you must be new to Italy. Everybody does that. That's just a thing Italy do. It's a game romanticizing women. They're not serious about it. And I swear, man. And I used to try to tell the sister in the thumbnail, and you see her in the thumbnail with her black husband. I used to tell her, I said, no, you got it misconstrued. You didn't get what you wanted from a black guy. And see, this is what I try to say, man. 90% of them who preach and do, they're just terrible people to be with, and they don't realize it. Sometimes these women, they want to control the relationship so much that they feel like if I'm not controlling it, it's not a good relationship. If he's not doing what I tell him to do, it's not a good. I told my girlfriend the same thing. I said, sweetheart, look, I like you, but we can piece this out. because I'm not an argue because she got into that phase where she wanted to try to control. No, sweetheart, we're coexisting, we're enjoying each other, but you're starting to get into this expectation phase of the relationship, and I'm not putting expectations on you. Therefore, I don't need any on me. Let's organically process. And you know what? Like I told my girlfriend, you've never had a dude this calm. I speak to you in an intellectual way. I'm calm about it. I'm not overly emotional. You've never had this type of experience from a black man. You used to a black man not knowing what he's trying to do, not knowing his destiny. I was saying to my girlfriend, because she was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm pruning my tree," because she wanted me on Saturday to. She said go with her somewhere, but she meant take her somewhere. Like, sweetheart, we just went out last weekend, and the landscaper is here. I'm doing some lawn work. I got to prune my orange tree. It's like I'm not even communicating what I have to do within my world. And see, this is why I try to get black women to understand. It's like a lot of times this is the lack of teammate understanding that your grandma did not teach you, that your mom did not teach you. I'm pruning the tree. You should be like, well, let me come over and help you. No, you don't want to come over and help. The only thing you want out of me is the good times. For the good times. Al Green. So it's like, sweetheart, come on. I'm pruning the tree. You know what I'm saying? But see, this is why I say a lot of times women want these frivolous wallets to be open. You know, you as a guy, for the pleasure of being in her company, you need to be at her beck and call, be available for her. No, that's not happening. Not doing that. We coexisting. This is organic. And I'm not mad at you for tripping the way you tripping. Because like I said to my girl, I said, hold on, sweetheart. We can piece out this connection at any time. Because what you're doing right now, you're not self-checking yourself. And see how calm I'm saying it? I'm not mad. I'm not angry. And that's the mistake a lot of black boys make. They do this boyish thing where they want to, girl, would you see all that aggression? No, 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 sweetheart. I'm great. Life is fantastic. Okay. But we need to be cooperating together. So with that said, going back to the swirlers, see the swirlers, man, they always end up with a black guy. Look at Tarana Burke. She does Me Too. She does all this anti-black male stuff. Who ends up marrying her? Black man. Look at Irene Yvette on YouTube. White guy gave her two babies. Who she ended up getting with? Black guy. Now her life is more peaceful. Happens all the time. One of my friends on YouTube here had a white guy. Happens all the time. And nobody wants to be honest about it. Nobody wants to be honest that the swirlers the swirlers 90% of it even end up with black males. It's the most craziest thing, but it lets you know that these Cynthia G's of the world, that these negative people, they just want the control of black men. And now that a black man is not a servant to a woman, they hate to hear that part of it. Now, there are some women, some great women out there who unfortunately get with the wrong dude. But I'm gonna leave you with this, with this note. Once again, the day that a black woman can go to an elegant upscale event, elegant upscale event, $50, $100 a ticket, $200 a ticket. When she's able to go to one of those 100, 200 a ticket thing and introduce herself to black men that she finds appealing, you will get a great black husband. Because most of the black men who are doing well are in these 100 a ticket, 200 a ticket areas. And they got stuff that they dealing with. Black dentist. Ain't no black woman thinking about dating no black dentist. That's not even on her radar. But she can easily go to a black dentist event and meet all the black dentists there and simply introduce herself. But she doesn't want to do it. Instead, she wants to get the guy who is several levels below her, give him some sex, show him how to do a resume, and expect him to be a grateful person. And then when this dude doesn't do that, then she wants to belittle everybody. It's the craziest thing on the planet. It's the craziest thing on the planet. And it's like it's just this constant arguing that women do. And it's like, for what? For what? What do you get out of that? Nothing. What do you progress out of that? Nothing. And I'm looking at all these women going through all these hoops and ladders to try to promote these white guys who end up not wanting to be husbands. Don't even want to be husbands. This is it's the craziest thing. And then when these women get of age in their 40s or what have you, I track a lot of these women just to see if they got a husband. All those years of speaking anti-black male, and 90% of them end up married to a black guy with a black child after all those years of being anti-black, all those years of speaking negative about black men, when most of these women are not trying to get the best black man. They're trying to get a black man that will obey her. They're trying to get a black man whose penis she can control. They're not looking at, okay, uh, I'm doing great. I'm in a great situation. He's actually really into me. I'm looking at the one lady, Shay Atkins. She was a chef. Now she didn't talk anti uh, black. I give her that. But with the white guy, end up not marrying because it's all a farce. It's all fugazi. It's all fugazi. It's all a lie. But they try to promote it as if it's happening left and right. And another thing I always trip out, just because a person, this is something that only black women do, because black women love to cause chaos. The the plantation thinking women, the plantation thinking women, in their minds, they really believe that a date is a form of success. Just because the non-black guy is dating you, that means that you have succeeded. And same thing for the dudes. I never understood, man. Just because a white chick has sex with you, you think you're doing well. I tell you, the funniest thing is when you get older. When you get older, that is the telltale of whether you're succeeding with white chicks, Asian chick. Because a lot of older dudes they're just not succeeding. I was talking to somebody on the phone the other day, I said, if a dude takes a trip, an $800 plane trip out to wherever, okay, and he gets with a woman that needs his money, gets with a woman that needs his support, his financial support, and he sleeps with that woman, and that woman treats him extremely well. Didn't he pay $800 to get there? What was the pleasure that he got from the event? What did he? Oh, he got sex, and he got treated well. Couldn't he have paid $800 back in America? People don't want to use that part of the math. Now, I'm not hating. I'm not hating. No, no, no. People go do what they want to do. I'm not hating. But what I'm saying is, where is the mathematical calculation for the black man? Where is the mathematical calculation for the black woman? Because these be it anti-black with these promotions of speaking anti-black, if you were really about love, you would simply speak about your success stories. But when you don't have a bunch of success stories, then you're going to spend a whole lot of time talking anti-black because you don't have mayonnaise success story. People hate to get that part of the game. You don't have those success stories. But you end up at the end of the day, you end up getting with somebody black, and you know something. If I was famous, I would have these discussions with men and women about how people promote anti-black gender bashing, and then at the end of the day they end up marrying the same ethnicity that they were bashing. They spend all these years bashing, because in the example with this woman in the thumbnail, I've spoken to her on YouTube before, back in 2007. And again, she ended up with a black man after all that bashing. So all that bashing meant nothing. You've destroyed lives. You destroyed the pride of black people. You've destroyed all this type of stuff for what? Profit. Because you thought you had a get rich quick scheme of showing women how to be with white guys. But guess what? The white guys are laughing because the white guys are not really into those women like that. And people hate to admit it. Hate to admit it. Craziest thing on the planet. Thank you for listening. Leave a comment in the comment section. Much love. Peace.